Hi everyone, my name is Parul. Welcome to my channel Parul English Lab. I have seen people struggling a lot while asking questions in English because in English it is a little different. So today in this session I'll tell you how to ask a correct question in English. So let's start our today's video. To understand how to construct a question in English, first you have to understand the Kazi rule because it helps us to know different parts of a good question. So let's understand the Kazi rule. First part is QU. QU stands for question words. So in English, we know that there are 6 question words, 5 W's and 1 H. So when I say 5 W's, it means who, where, when, what and why, and 1 H, that is how. So these are 6 question words. I have made a detailed video on question words. I will mention the link in description box. You can watch it. So here we have 6 question words in English language. Now let's look at some examples. First is who do you like? So we use who to talk about a person. Who do you like? Next is where will you swim? Where will you swim? We use where to talk about the place. Where will you swim? When did Max sleep? So we use when to talk about the time. When did Max sleep? Why did he play? We use why to talk about the reason. Why did he play? What have you eaten? We use what to talk about things or objects. What have you eaten? How will we open it? We use how to talk about in what way. How will we open it? So this way we use these 6 question words. So first part QU of Kazi rule, this stands for question words. Part 2 is A. A stands for auxiliary verbs or helping verbs. I have made a video on auxiliary verbs as well. I will mention the link in description box. I will mention all the links in description box. So we know what are auxiliary verbs. They are also called helping verbs. The auxiliary verbs that we have in English language are have, has, had. We know that we use has with singular third person and had in past or past perfect. Otherwise we use have. Then do, did, does. Now the verb is do and we use did in past, simple past, and does with singular third person like he, she or it. Then we have some to be verbs like is, am, are, was, were, been, being, be, and then we have some modal verbs like should, can, will, would, may, might, etc. So these are all auxiliary verbs and this is the second part of the Kazi rule. Third part is S. S stands for subject. Now we all know what is a subject. I have made a video on this as well. And subject is the doer of an action, the one who does an action, the one who performs an action. And to form a question, generally we need a subject. Now let's look at some examples. How will we travel? How will we travel? So we is the subject here. How will we travel? How did you eat that? How did you eat that? So you is a subject here. What have you made? So you is the subject. Where should I go? I don't know. Where should I go? Where should I go? So I is the subject. So this way, generally to form a question, we need a subject. And the fourth part is I. I means infinitives or information. Information like name, place, age, etc. Now what are infinitives? About infinitives also I have made a video, but just to give you a little idea, infinitives are special form of verbs that are formed by adding to before the base form of the verb. For example, I want to play. So here I is the subject, want is the main verb, and what do I want to do? I want to play. So to plus play, base form of the verb, so this is an infinitive. She likes to sleep. She likes to sleep. So to sleep is an infinitive in this sentence. Infinitives can also be made without to. like only the base form of the verb, like sleep, teach, sing, etc. Now let's look at some more examples. When did you go there? So when, this is a question word, QU, when. Did, this is an auxiliary verb, QUA, when did you. You is the subject, okay, QUAS, then I, when did you go. When did you go? So this is the base form of the verb, this is an infinitive, there is information. Okay, so when did you go there? So this is the rule that we follow. First comes the question word, then comes the auxiliary verb, after that the subject, then an infinitive or extra information. So this is the way you construct a question in English. How will I sleep? How will I sleep? So how, this is a question word, will is an auxiliary verb, I is the subject, and sleep is an infinitive. How will I sleep? What is your name? What is a question word, is an auxiliary verb, your is the subject, and name information. So what is your name? Sometimes people say what your name is. So that's grammatically incorrect because that doesn't follow the quasi rule. Okay, people don't realize that it's the wrong way of framing a question, but once you know the quasi rule, you will never make a mistake while constructing a question in English. So the correct question is, what is your name? Where do you work? Where is a question word, do is an auxiliary verb, you is the subject, and work is an infinitive. Where do you work? There is one more version of quasi rule, that is ASI rule. So it doesn't have QU, that means this question will not start with a question word. Okay, ASI, ASI, A stands for auxiliary verb, S for subject, and I for infinitives or information. Okay, so ASI rule. So these questions are closed questions because we answer them either with yes or no, because they do not have a question word in this. Let's look at some examples. Did you go there? So here we are not using the question word. When did you go there? Did you go there? So when we ask when did you go there, when there is a question word in the question, then you will explain it. Okay, when did you go there? Then you will explain it that I went there last week, then I met him. This is an open question and you can have a long answer for that or different answers for that. But when you frame a question without a question word, when you make a question according to ASI rule, not the QASI rule, then we generally have an answer in yes or no because these are closed questions. So did you go there? Yes or no. How will you complete the project by Monday? Will you complete the project by Monday? So if I ask you how will you complete the project by Monday, then you can have a long answer because this is an open question. How will you complete the project by Monday? But when I ask you, will you complete the project by Monday? Then you might say yes or no. Is your name Max? Yes or no. Do you go there every weekend? Yes or no. So this way, in English language, the questions are constructed by using either QASI or ASI rule. So that's all for today. I hope now these two rules are clear to you. You have understood everything. Now please practice, and if you have any doubts, you can always mention in comment section. Please like and subscribe to my channel Parul English Lab, and don't forget to press the bell icon for future notifications. Thank you. Take care. Have a great day.